to Drinking Games Plays Borderlands Episode 7, now with 33% less members. It is just me, Joseph, and Ryan
That
here.
is true.
Because John has decided not to play with us anymore. And, we wish him well in whatever he does, but there's going to be less noisy interruptions in these playthroughs.
Fewer belches.
And fewer comments about priest molestation, unless it comes up naturally in conversation.
Or, which, who knows.
Yeah.
One thing, Joey, that I am concerned about is Maya's new obsession with looking at her feet.
Oh, right, that controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have a slight controller issue. We are playing, we should probably mention, we are playing on a different system, and just a little fun anecdote is we used our previous Borderlands Handsome collection from the Xbox 360, or not 360, what is it? Xbox One.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to circle back, so you keep going.
Alright, I'm going to fight these ants.
But we used our previous Handsome collection from the Xbox One to finance this brand new capture card. So that's been going pretty well for us. We finally got some kinks worked out. We're getting it going. And we did record us getting this far. And we're going to have a video uploaded about that soon. Where we didn't record audio at the time. We're going to do post-audio.
Some nice commentary, narration.
Yeah, exactly. Where we're just kind of pre-gaming for a session of playing this. But doing that in the sense of trying to figure out where we were and what we were thinking at the time. There are a lot of segments where one of us just stops playing, and it'll be fun to try and place where those things occurred.
Also, I apologize to anyone who's been watching my screen. Just look at Joey's, because I'm developing neck problems right now.
Yeah, so an issue is we're playing on the PS4 now, and Ryan's controller is giving him a little bit of issue where it just wants really bad to look down. And I feel like that's kind of a handicap that he's going to get used to very soon.
One can hope. But I like to think I'm a fast learner.
Yeah, no, I have the utmost faith in you. But for now, that is an issue, and we apologize. A few little fun things. We power leveled to get to the spot that we were beforehand. And in doing so, we did some farming, and we got these cool legendary guns, and I have the bonus package. And you'll see that in our previous playthrough once we upload it. These pistols that I'm holding, I'm on the top screen, are dropped by Knuckle Dragger. Ryan got one as well.
Yep.
And
we went 2 for 2.
Yeah, it was an interesting time.
And for those of you who are interested in farming it yourself, it's recommended that you do it around 20 times. If you have the rare loot drops thing, then it gets a little bit easier. Don't know how much easier. I don't feel like doing that math right now.
Nah. Then with Boom Boom, they drop a great grenade that has carried me through some games.
Not as good, of course, as the Skyrocket. But
Ryan has, I really have to say, Ryan's perfected the Skyrocket in like the strangest way. But it's the bonus package is a MIRV that I believe it's 3 rounds.
I think it actually depends on what version you get, but
I
want to say it's usually 3 rounds.
I think the standard is 3, and then you get different versions with the Torg DLC, which we will be getting back to. We haven't touched on it in this iteration of our playthrough.
Joe, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can we keep him?
Yeah, don't name him because he might die soon, but
that's true, I don't know the lifespan on Rat.
Yeah, exactly. You know what, totally name him. What's his name?
I want to say Flighty.
Okay.
Flighty McWingington, maybe?
Ooh. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, but you have to walk him.
Deal. Oh wait, you know what? Maybe we should get Zero to walk him, since Zero can fly in this game if you have the right perks. Did I ever show you that?
No, but we also don't have a Zero, so...
That's true. For anyone who's interested, Zero has a perk where when you melee from his action skill, Deception, you dash forward like 15 feet, as long as you're pointing at an enemy. So if you point at a rack, even if you're more than 15 feet away, you can just keep spamming the melee button and you'll just fly into the air after him.
I mean, really just pointing that much east is a real problem for me right now. Pointing at Iraq.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm so
I
sorry.
mean, I'm having trouble finding the North Star, so I see what you're talking about.
So this is about where we left off in our previous playthrough with John. Ryan was 4 levels ahead, but we are working our way back. We are going to be farming Captain Flint, probably in this episode or the next one.
Oh, we're doing that, like, on screen?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, we might fast forward through it, unless we have some good commentary during, but I don't see why
Alright,
not.
it's gonna be a fun boss fight to do with a broken neck.
Oh, yeah. But Captain Flint drops a gun called Thunderball Fists that does really good lightning damage, and as Gage, I have invested a few perks in the Little Big Trouble tree, which allows for a lot of lightning damage.
Yeah, it's gonna be just irresponsible.
Yeah, well, everything I do is... This whole playthrough... Not even the playthrough. This whole series is irresponsible.
That is true. I'm giving blood tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're recording after that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something.
You're gonna be anemic. Like, actually.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll finally be pale. So, one thing that we haven't done today, Joey, is we haven't caught up, because it's been a little while since we've seen each other.
I'd say it's been about a week.
Yeah, probably. So, naturally, I've accrued a few new conversation topics.
Okay.
One of them, you might have seen this, Lee just showed me last night.
Lee is Ryan's father, for...
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay.
And he showed me a picture of 3 hikers who had decided that they were going to climb this particular mountain in Ireland called Sugarloaf. And I don't know how tall it is, but the weather was probably garbage because it's in Ireland, which is a beautiful, beautiful country where it just rains and is foggy a lot.
Yeah, it's really cold, too.
Yeah. So they climbed to the top of Sugarloaf, and you know what they find, Joey?
Nothing?
Fucking Mel Gibson is just hanging out up there.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
And this was like 2 days ago that this
Yeah.
happened. But you could totally look it up. Just Mel Gibson Sugarloaf, and he's standing there looking like a wizard with his hat. I think he might have had a gnarled walking stick. Maybe I just made that part up because he should. But huge beard.
Now, I feel a little culturally ignorant at this moment because my question is, Braveheart, is that Scotland?
I believe so.
Ah, that's
I'm
a shame,
pretty sure
because I
that
was
was
really hoping...
Oh,
he
I
would've-
know, that was my first
he
thought,
would've
don't get
just
me
been
wrong.
like the Ireland mascot somehow. Just...
See, the thing is, though, if you go far back enough, they're kind of the same thing, because they're like
yeah.
Scottish Celts and Irish Celts.
No, exactly. Like, interestingly, my stepfather did my mom's, like, full genealogy, and it turns out that we had always thought we were Irish, but the whole thing was that several, like, probably 6 or 7 generations back, like a while back, it was just the Scottish who just kind of walked over to Ireland. Like, they just kind of assimilated, like, not even legally, I don't think any paperwork was filed.
They
or
were first like, aye, and the Irish were like, aye, and then
Yeah.
that was good enough.
Exactly, like, we got this.
Which
So-
even, like, in, I don't know exactly the time period that I'm talking about here, but, like, the Celts, when they were conquering all of Europe, they weren't united under one king or anything like that. They were just all tribes that were, like, ethnically close enough that you could just look a couple miles over and see another campfire and be like, hey, you guys are, like, Celtic, right? And they're like, yeah, we're some kind of Celtic. And
We're
okay,
close
cool.
enough.
Yeah, us too, cool. So it was just, like, a couple families that took over all of Europe, kind of, like, unrelated to one another.
I love it.
Not an empire, just, oh yeah, we probably have, like, a cousin or something together.
You know what? That's fine. That's good enough.
I see that you have similar war paint as I do, and you also are fighting naked, so we're brothers.
That just sounds like a Tuesday now. Like, you made it sound like something grand at first, but, I mean, everyone has that. The war paint, the nakedness,
truly a staple of Irish heritage.
Yeah. You should probably equip those things. Those, skin and head things.
Yeah, I've been feeling a little naked walking around without skin or a head.
I mean, you should just get them out of your inventory. You can carry more.
So, one story that happened, I believe, yesterday that I wanted to tell you about.
Okay.
I'll tell you as I heal you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
I don't know if you did that or if I...
That was maybe Death Trap.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot he was there. I love Death Trap.
Oh, he's a good boy. So, I was in my painting class, and I wanted to work with ink, but I only had black oil paint, so I was doing that.
Hey, there's a Jacob's pistol over here if you want it. I'm sticking with my Hornet for now, but...
I'll stick with this grenade launcher and Hornet, thank you.
Okay, cool. If you see a shotgun that's decent soon, let me know.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna overkill this, if you don't mind.
Overkill?
These guys?
Oh, yeah. Do it.
Okay, so continue your story.
And the one kid that's in my class, he's a good guy, but he has a bit of a silly voice, so I'm gonna do his voice. Not in a demeaning way.
Okay.
Just
Good.
That's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
So,
And you admire it in some regard.
sure. He's got a good beard.
There we go.
And anyway, his name's David, and he is using ink. So I suggest that, hey, I would do ink, but I don't really have any. And then my girlfriend in that painting class, Natalie, points out.
Got a girlfriend
who
in every
is
class.
also in that painting class with us. Points out, oh, David has some. Maybe you could ask to borrow some of his. And then David calls across the room, no, guys, I'm using this. And I was like, well, yeah, David, what's really funny about that, though, is that I'm, like, so much stronger and tougher than you are that if I just take your ink, there's probably nothing you can do about it. And he's sitting there, and he seems to be in, like, reasonably good shape, but he's, I think, some kind of philosophy major.
Oh, good.
And so he's like, you know, you don't want to do that, because it'll just spill everywhere and it won't be worth it. And I was like, well, yeah, you know what, David, that's a really good point, but, what's not so good for you is that might just be how petty I am. You don't know that. He's like, no, you really don't want to do that. I'm not going to fight you. I'm like, okay, then it's going to go a lot quicker when I just obliterate your face. And around this point, I realized, like, I'm yelling this across the room.
Yeah,
what is this substitute
You're
doing?
bullying a kid.
I'm glad that you used
In
that
college.
Because I look up, and the substitute is just sitting at his desk with a hand over his mouth, laughing to himself. And we make eye contact. He's like, am I supposed to stop this? Is this bullying? I'm like, I'm surprised you haven't already. I'm threatening him with bodily harm. Like, you should really step up here. And he's like, I mean, I want to, but it's just so amusing.
You know, something about tuition money. Like, if you're paying for it, then it's fine.
And so, in the end, David, I mean, he'll say that he successfully persuaded me not to destroy him. But really,
When you say that he conquered the Goliath?
Sure. I'm sure he would say that.
Okay. But really, it was just you realized where you were in this situation?
Not even that, I just didn't want the ink that badly.
Ah.
He didn't have a lot of it.
See,
there wasn't much time left in class.
You really had nothing to lose, though, is the thing. Like,
oh, totally.
I mean, he would lose some ink. Like, that should have been your
Some
selling
ink and some teeth.
That would be your selling point. He'd be like, it's not worth it. Like, you just spill the ink. It's like, yeah, but it's not my ink. Like...
I hadn't thought of that. I just thought, like, it becomes more about me beating you up than about taking your ink. And I'm fine with that, whether or not you are.
I feel like you're an admirable person, Ryan. Like, you're a role model. I hope children are watching. Because if you work hard, thank you. If you work hard in your life, you might get to be Ryan. And if that is not the greatest incentive, I don't know what is. Probably anything else.
Don't smoke cigarettes, stay in school, be like Ryan.
That would be a great t-shirt. We should probably get those printed.
Oh, which another thing that okay, I just fell off the edge there.
Yeah.
That I realized, and I feel like this might be cheesy, but I also feel like it's cheesy in a way that I could get away with, but I want my memoirs or my first self-title or my first like solo album or something that I do needs to be named Unarmed and Dangerous.
That's pretty good.
Right? Alright, gonna throw a skyrocket.
Afternoon delight. Alright, I am like way in a different like cell than you right now. Like, you're on your own if you die, and I'm sorry.
Well,
I mean, you're good. Like, I trust you not to fuck up.
I mean, I just threw 2 skyrockets and neither one killed me, so I think I might be playing with God mode on right now.
I'm ready to fight Flint when you are, so like...
I'm just picking up some spare bullets because I'm not doing great on this pistol.
Also, I just realized why he's called Captain Flint, and it took me a very long time to get there. And it's because Flint, Michigan, you can light the water on fire.
Huh. Wait, was that Flint that you could light the water on fire?
No, Flint is just the one that, like, it's poisonous water.
I thought so, because
Which is still a problem, and I feel like...
Yeah, no, that's still happening.
That's why
People just got bored of complaining about it.
that's why I feel like it's worth saying, is that Flint, Michigan is still in need of help, and apparently if you, like, mail water bottles to, like, public buildings, it will go to people who need it.
Interesting.
Make sure it's public buildings, just because it could go to anything else otherwise. Like libraries, I think, are safe bets.
Now, they want unopened ones, right? Not ones that I have, like, splashed
Rolling
dirt
around
into.
your car.
Like, oh, okay. I was
I
thinking,
mean,
like...
if you put dirt into it like that, I feel like they're used to it.
Or just, like, water that has some of my oil paint residue in it or something like
Oh,
that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we've been told that we don't talk enough shop on this, so I'm really trying. And the first thing to do is, you see how Flint's up there? If you hit him with, like, a bullet, he will jump down, and that's really good if you're, like, in a hurry. Like, you gotta go out later, you got things to do, you got...
I can't be killing Flint all day.
Exactly. And he takes a while the first time, because he's got that shield, he's got, like, all of this fire, and he's surrounded by marauders, and the worst thing about marauders is they know when you're in fight for your life that they should move.
Yeah, it's something.
Are you good?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna heal you, but I had 40 health, and
Yeah.
so I figured I would wait until someone kills me, then revive, and then get hit.
I appreciate it.
Alright, toss down a skyrocket.
Alright, I'm throwing some grenades of my own.
Alright.
Just really clear the room. So we're going to be farming Flint in this episode, probably, unless, like, our timers go... Okay, we're 18 minutes in, so...
Oh, okay, cool.
We'll probably get him one more
Skyrocket
time.
at Flint, and it went pretty wide.
Alright, but he's almost dead, so... That's a good sign.
Throwing out another rocket.
Yeah, I'm throwing another grenade myself. That's my last grenade. Oh, it's both of our last grenades. That's special.
And I'm gonna melee him.
Okay.
And there we go.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
I was working his other side. We got this.
Gotta rock the body.
Yeah, exactly. Did he even drop the tinderbox? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe it went... No, it doesn't go directly in my inventory. I don't know where it went.
That's interesting. Also, Ryan, I learned that, in the Handsome Edition, rare drops are more frequent.
Oh, that's nice. I think I found the tinderbox.
Oh, yeah, Hey, there you are.
I found you.
Okay, do you have room in your inventory? Do you want to take it? Is it worth taking?
I mean, probably not, but...
Okay, then don't bother. I feel like I'm just a collector, you know?
I mean, you gotta get that scratch. So
Yeah.
why is it that I can do it here, but I can't go out in, like, say, Philadelphia or New Hope or wherever, and buy a gun that shoots incendiary bullets for $79?
I feel like we're looking at... Really, I feel like the best thing that I can compare... I'm taking this shotgun, by the way.
Yeah, I have no use for it.
Yeah. The best thing you can compare the Borderlands economy to is, like, Weimar Republic.
Probably, actually.
You could compare...
That's not even that silly.
No, like, I feel like that's a legitimate thing, is, I mean, you're more of an expert with Weimar than me. If you want to talk about some things about it, just really get into this for a second.
Yeah, we might need to pause the timer, but...
no, it's fine. We'll keep going.
So, when people are as poor as they were in Weimar Republic Germany, they really get creative with ways to have fun. So, On one hand, yeah, like a wheelbarrow full of bills will buy you maybe a loaf of bread if it isn't sold out. But you could also go to a nightclub and arrange for pneumatic tubes to send someone cocaine that you
Oh, I'm
ordered.
sorry, were you done?
I'm fine.
Okay.
So you could just like call someone across the room on a telephone and talk to them, see if you want to arrange a get together. You could send them any amount of drugs, just like the bank thing with the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
Just here, have some ecstasy or whatever. I don't know if that existed back then.
I mean, it was usually cocaine, I think.
It was
Or
usually
probably
cocaine.
heroin.
Yeah. No, after thinking about the Weimar movies that I've seen, yeah, there was heroin.
Okay, ready to go back?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So there were those things, but also just really to emphasize how poor people would go to the store with like a wheelbarrow full of money to get a loaf of bread. And often that wasn't enough, so they'd be going through with their, I believe it was marks still, right? That was the...
Yeah, the Deutschmark.
Yeah. But they would go through with a wheelbarrow full of Deutschmarks, and they'd, like, be turned away with it. They'd go, try to go home.
They'd come back with a wheelbarrow full of Karl Marx.
Ha! And then they'd take over the whole bakery. But that was for all of my Marxist friends. I know you're watching. But for real, they would be, like, taking this wheelbarrow, and there's an actual recorded instance of one person getting mugged, and they overturned the wheelbarrow, knocked out all of this guy's money, and then took his wheelbarrow because it was the only thing worth anything.
Yeah, they would band together the money and turn it into blocks for kids. They would paper their walls with it. It was 1 trillion Deutschmarks, or I think 1.5 trillion, if that matters, for a candy bar.
That's depressing. And that was the teens. That was 19. Like.
Oh, that was 30s.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of World War I believe.
Those were a different set of issues that
Yeah,
Germany
no,
had to deal with.
exactly. Which the inflation actually was caused by the war, World War I, right?
Well, no, it wasn't caused by the war. It was caused. They were
By
charged with the war.
Yeah,
They're like,
what
hey,
I'm
you guys
saying.
pay for this, and we're like,
Yeah.
fine, we'll pay for it. We're just gonna print all this new money to pay for it, though.
Which is the same thing that happened to Haiti. Is that Haiti declared independence from France, and then France was like, all right, that's fine, but you have to pay us for everything. Like, that was a legitimate thing.
You know what? I actually, it's funny you should mention that because I forgot. I had a story that I was going to tell you off the air.
Oh no!
Where someone at the lunch table I was eating at was talking about what's going on in Haiti and how it's like 800 people dead from this hurricane. And I have this thing where I'm a bad person who says bad things, and
Still a better person than me.
and so I replied, yeah, that's really something, but I mean, at least it's better than living in Haiti. And everyone at the table except for one guy was just booing, just upset that I would say such a thing so soon. And then after people yelling at me died down, the one person who hadn't reacted in any way so far, also the only black student at the table, lifts his head, takes out his headphones from typing at his laptop and says, he's not wrong, Because apparently he had been there, and if you go to Haiti and they find out that you aren't from Haiti, they'll just rob you on the spot.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, are you from here? Or are you visiting? Oh, I'm visiting. Okay, well that's cool, because give me all your money. And they'll just whip out a gun on you.
So I just realized that we have to save an exit in order to farm, and I feel like this is a good place to stop because we're 20-some minutes in.
Probably 25, yeah.
Yeah, I think we are. So do we have any closing notes? I should mention we do have a Facebook page. I will link that.
Oh, cool.
We no longer shout out to Nazilla. I would like to shout out to her just to say thank you for starting the art. We are sorry that we don't have a need for it.
I have a question on
yeah.
these closing notes. Do we still link people to Cyberbully John, or Because I remember he said he was very vehement about people
Yeah.
harassing him on Facebook, and I don't know if anyone's done that yet.
I mean, I'm keeping it in the ones that he's in because he consented to those,
Alright.
but I'm not gonna put that in any new ones because that just seems mean.
Alright, so don't harass John Zwonek, D-W-O-Z-N-E-K, I think, after watching this video.
D-Z-W-O-N-E-K. Middle name Spoon. John Spoon Dzwonek. D-Z-W-O-N-E-K. Do not engage with him online.
After watching this video. If you want to watch
Yes.
one of our earlier videos and then do it, that's fine.
Exactly. In fact, if you watch this one and want to cleanse that of, like, any significance, just go back, watch a previous video. You're fine.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as it's from those and not from this.
Exactly.
D-Z-W-O-N-E-K.
Exactly. Alright, please, if this has made you feel anything at all, if it has made you, like, pass air through your nose, in a way that conveys that you found something humorous, please like, please comment, please subscribe. Subscription is the most important thing. As of recording this, we are up to 10, and I'm so happy about that. And I'd like to keep that going. I'd like to get as high as we can.
Yeah.
Both in subscriptions and just in life.
True chains.
Yeah. So we'll be back very soon. We are going to be, for the time of this, probably... Your screen is freaking me out, man. I know you're trying.
Are my shoelaces untied? I think my shoelaces are untied.
But we're probably going to be uploading 2 Borderlands videos a week and not doing our Fallout videos for a little bit, just because we feel like we need a third for Fallout and we don't for Borderlands. So it'll come. We're not finished with Fallout. We have some people in the works that we think will be even more entertaining to watch than John. But for now,
they've played Fallout even less than he has somehow, even though, I don't know if you guys know this, but he hasn't played that game before.
I really wanted to do that series about him learning how video games work. But we will be uploading these, and we have some Halloween stuff in store, so that's going to be fun. Alright, we will catch you next time, and we might even catch a ride next time.
Yep, here's one for the road.
Oh, God. Thanks. Alright.
It's you too.
I think you hit a barrel. Alright, so thank you.